Hi, good day everyone. Hilary de Freitas here, the marketing mom, and today, as you see, I'm going to be doing a quick show and tell about how you can get more leads from your blog. Now, whether you have a system blog or whether you have your own blog, this can be done because if you have a system blog, most likely it's built off of a WordPress platform, so you are able to do all the things that I'm going to show you here today. All right, with the exception of one. Anyway, so digging right in, the reason why I'm doing this is because I was actually on a webinar last week that talked about this. And as you know, if you're on any training or anything like that, everybody you know and people who you could reach was on that webinar. So your duty is to get out there and train other people on this so that everybody has this knowledge, right? Great. So the 5 places, and I'm going to show them to you on my blog. In some cases I have not even implemented them yet, so this is something that even I have to follow up on. But when I was listening to the webinar, I realized that, oh yes, I have a lot of these places covered, not in exactly the same way that the host of the webinar was talking about, which happens to be Nick Hobner, and I followed a lot of what they recommended, and I still have to implement a few things. All right, so what I want you to do is go right ahead and implement it. Basically, for you to get more leads, you have to have places for people to opt in. All right, you have to have places for people to subscribe to you, to connect with you in some way, shape, or form. All right, and the great thing about having a blog of your own is that you could never have, one of the rules of thumb for a blog is that you could never have too many opt-in forms. So as you see here, right away, you've got the sidebar. That's kind of like a no-brainer. You must have the sidebar opt-in that pops up everywhere on every page, so that you see, even if I go to a blog post, it's there. Even if I go to my Who is Hilary de Freitas, what is called the About Me section, it's there. All right. Now, what you may not have noticed was the little contact down at the bottom here. When you first go to that page, it actually pops up, but it pops up on the side. So it's a really good thing if you have it close to the sidebar. It's another opt-in form. Now that is called a feature box. Okay, so the sidebar and the feature box are things that you could have automatically there, that are there no matter what. The challenge with the feature box is that if you're using a third-party resource to do it, as I am doing, you have no control over which pages they pop up on as yet. It depends on your third party provider. My own doesn't allow me to do that, so it's kind of annoying if, like, I have people going into my members login section and that is still popping up. All right, so you got to weigh the pros and cons, find a good third party provider, or if you have a software that you can use to get a feature box that doesn't pop up on every page, that's great. But those are two things, and the feature box basically looks like this. People could either schedule an appointment, leave their details, which is basically opting in, or going and seeing what services I have to offer them. All right. So you've got your feature box and you've got your sidebar. Now, the next place that you definitely want to have your opt-in, a place for people to opt in, is at the end of a blog post. Now, like a blog post like this that was very informational, it actually showed people how to set up a blog. All right, had plenty, like these little links. Even these little links are ways of capturing people, all right, leads, capturing leads. But what I want to show you is all the way down to the bottom, we've got the opt-in box, all right? And the opt-in box, pretty simple. I give a little information about myself. And at the end of the blog post, I actually have 2 ways for people to, one would argue that this is inside of the blog post, because this is a part of the text of the blog post. All right, as you can see there, I'm just going to zoom in really quickly there for you to see. All right, oops. So that, okay, I invite you to join my newsletter. That's one opt-in. And then here's another opt-in if you want to have a free 30-minute marketing training with me. All right, but then at the bottom here, at the end, and this is standard for all the blog posts, is to join my newsletter. All right. So that is the third place that you wanted. And then naturally inside of your blog post. All right, so inside of your blog post, you have many areas where you can send people to opt in for different things, whether it be product, services, whatever it is that you're marketing at that point in time, right, within. So use links within the blog post. But then also there's also this neat trick that on the webinar, they taught us is that same box that I had down at the bottom, you could put that in the middle of your blog post as well. So that's something that's really intuitive. You know, people are reading. It's kind of like a break. Instead of reading an ad, they could read an opt-in form from you. All right. So that is a cool thing. And that's the one that I haven't really implemented, that box within the blog post. That's to come. But then finally, you want to have an opt-in page or some sort of way for people to opt in on your About Me page. When people come to your blog, if they were sent directly to a blog post, like say this one, 9 out of 10 times, if they haven't opted in, the next thing they're going to do is go to your About Me section or whatever you have there as the About Me section, who is Hilary de Freitas. And you better have, like I have the sidebars there available, but you better have different ways of people opting in. All right, whether it be via products or services. Okay. Many links definitely drive people to want to know, okay, what is underneath that link. All right. And then again, I have ways for people to contact me via Facebook, Google Plus, or to subscribe to my newsletter. All right. So those are the 5 places that you want to make sure that you have information or have a place for people to opt in. And that is basically how you're going to drive more leads into your list. All right, the sidebar, the feature box, below your blog post, somewhere on your About Me page, and inside of the blog post. All right, so I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you're going to start getting more leads by positioning more opt-in forms and more opportunities for people to opt in. You could never have enough places for people to opt in. All right, this has been Hilary, the Marketing Mom. Have a great day and talk to you soon. Bye now.